Hello and welcome to this year's Halloumi Bowl draw. First off, I'd like to congratulate the sailors for beating the swimmers, and a big congratulations to Greg for winning this year's Dutch Agricultural League. Right, ready or not, let's get going. Number 6, play. Number 9. Number 2 plays number 11. Number 4 plays number 10. Number 1 play number 16. Number 8 plays number 12. Number 5 will play number 15. Number 7 plays number 13.
Bok, 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 I'm Jez.
And finally, number 3 play number 14. So, that is the end of the draw. Good luck to everyone in this year's Halloumi Bowl.
Welcome, sports fans, to the post-draw analysis. We're your hosts, Sailor Dan and Sailor Jez. Well done to our fellow sailors for reaching the skull vault first.
Yes, we are very excited to break ground and see what lies in store for us. But now, let's take a look at what we have coming up in the Halloumi Bowl.
First up is by far the most anticipated game of the bowl, the only game of any real significance. My game! It's me versus you, Jez, the Deep State versus the Dark Gods. What is there to even say?
Well, for your team, the Deep State, despite finishing 6th, it's actually your 6th worst season of all time. However, having said that, you did get the most rushing yards that you ever got in the season, 1,144 yards. And I would like to just point out that you haven't actually managed to beat me since season 15.
Well, I would like to point out that you only beat me 1-0 this season, which is a very respectable score for anyone to lose a game by. And I'm pretty confident it was a fairly close game too anyway. Your run this season was pretty close to a perfect season in terms of visual looks. You got 5 wins, 3 draws and 5 losses. You got 32 casualties inflicted, but 32 casualties received. You made 2 kills and received 2 deaths. But unfortunately, with your 16 touchdowns that you scored, you conceded 17 touchdowns as well.
Blast. If I'd not just gotten that one more touchdown. A thrilling and emotional game to be sure. But moving on, the next result up is Lisbon Z versus the Half-Height Herb Herders.
Yes, Struan's been able to get a few trophies this season. He's now reached the best second place season ever, beaten the Joatso the Marine's previous best last season. And he's now got the 4th best offensive season, scoring 41 touchdowns across his 14 games. Unfortunately, his tie to Ash and his loss to Greg has caused him to miss out on winning the league by a single point. As for Ben's half-height Herb Herders, he's also getting a trophy, receiving the most deaths ever in a single season, being 10. Thankfully, 7 of his points came from his last 5 games, pulling him out of the fight for last place, with a big win over Pokeballondeurs.
I'm amazed there are any halflings left at this point. Let's see if the lizards can get rid of them for good this time.
Well, you know what they say about halflings, Jezza. They make for good eating.
I don't think anyone says that.
Moving on, next up is Kong Corporation versus Pokeballondeurs.
Yes, Con Corporation and 24 seasons of Chaos teams. Con Corporation have just had the fewest blocks succeeded per game, 39.92. However, they made sure they counted, as they have had the most brutal season of all time. Not just from the Chaos teams, but getting 12.52% of punches, resulting in a casualty or death. Dixie Kong has been leading the league in armour breaks, getting 24, which is almost double the next player behind him in second place. For Rob's Poker Ballon d'Ors, they've got the fourth most casualties sustained ever, 56, and the sixth most deaths ever, 8. Underworld hasn't really clipped for Rob. This is his fourth worst season ever, just a bit better than Holidays Are Coming. Ratata, more like splatata. Bizarrely though, Fernando Torres has had the fourth most running yards, 536, despite Rob's bad results.
I'm sure Zaz must be pretty upset to hear that James has taken the most brutal season of all time.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of time for him to catch up. Anyway, the next game, or should I say lack thereof, is Things of the Blood Bowl getting the bye.
Of course. Well, we've seen a good season from Greg here. This is his 5th best season ever, perhaps propelled by the fact that he's had the most brutal Lizardman season ever, achieving a brutality rating of 8.96%. This puts Greg now up into the 2nd best coach of all time. His skink, Quad Damage, has had the most touchdowns this season, making 16, just beating out Lizard Bull Z's Yam Chameleon by a single touchdown.
Out of curiosity, do we know who the best coach of all time is?
I am hearing from the room at the back that I'm being told this is actually a very volatile and subjective topic, and we should move on. The next game is Hung, Drawn and Quartet versus the Undead Highlanders.
Yes, Hung, Drawn and Quartet. Aldo's team is one of only 2 teams this season to have taken points off of Greg. Elvis Deadly has led the league in casualties with 15. For the Undead Highlanders, this is Stu's 4th Undead season, but actually his worst Undead season so far. However, despite that, James Anacrombie has caused 8 armour breaks, and all 8 have been casualties, making him a very brutal player.
That is honestly some phenomenal luck. Stu, give me some of that good luck.
And speaking of good luck, Commissioner Will has once again taken the other bye. What extremely good fortune. Yes, it's Polar Excess getting bye number 2.
People are going to start getting suspicious of how often Will gets buys. This happens every time, I swear. Polar Excess is one of the 2 teams to take points off of Greg this season. And they've also achieved the best Kislev season ever. Eat your heart out, Jez, with your Birds of Prayer. His player Sleddy Lee has also achieved the most passes. Eat your heart out, any of Rob's elves. And he also achieved the 2nd most brutal team this season, with a brutality rating of 9.4. Similar to Con Corporation, Polar Excess had a small number of blocks per game at 26, but he made them all count.
Maybe there really is something to this low blocks per game thing.
Jez, are you thinking of becoming a pacifist?
The only time I'll pass the fist is if I've eaten an arm.
A horrible image. Next up, Taskmasters of the Universe versus the Brutal Pow Legends.
Indeed, Taskmasters of the Universe. Dave's worst result since Halflings in Season 15. Despite that, though, he had the 3rd highest casualties and tied with the fewest deaths, having just a single death. It's a pretty solid performance, but statistically unremarkable. For Brutal Pow Legends, player Zaz the Feared One has the 2nd most casualties of any player, getting 14. None of Zaz's players managed to get more than 1 kill each, which is quite un-Zaz-like. And the final stat that I've got here is that the player Dan2Cat Picks for You was the 3rd most punched player in the league, getting 8 casualties sustained. Zaz's team is also tied with the fewest deaths with Dave, just a single death.
One moment, Jez. Did you just mention the cat picks again? You know the rules.
Moving swiftly on, next matchup is Praise Bree versus the Blitzful Ignorance.
Yes, Ash's Praise Bree is this season's rookie winner, beating out my own Deep State and Dave's Taskmasters of the Universe in a close race that almost ended with a choke, only winning 2 of his final 5 games. That late season collapse denied Ash the triple win of 3 league wins in a row. Praise Bree surprisingly have become the 8th most brutal team of all time, with a brutality rating of 8.1%, 31 casualties and 4 kills. Charlotte's blitzful ignorance has probably gotten my favourite stat I've ever seen, of succeeding 666 blocks. In a season without much to write home about, they drew with Dave, a top coach of the past 2 years. And probably the only Agi-related stats we've had yet to mention all video. 5G Kills Bees has the most receptions made at 12, and Flat Earth has made the most passing yards at 108.
Well, hopefully for Charlotte, Ash's luck continues to falter and her blocking game continues unabated.
Well, you know what they say about Skaven, Jez. They make for good eating.
No, they don't. Who is telling you this? Where are you getting this from?
There are holes in every cheese for those willing to nibble. But enough about me, Jez. Let's talk about you and your thoughts. Pray tell, who do you think's going to win this time round? Who will be the champion?
Well, I'm going to go with the typical Sailor strategy now about picking the player who's facing against Ben. So in this case, I think Stuart has the ball in the bag. What about you? What's your pick?
I've been thinking about it a bunch this whole video, but honestly, that last stat about Charlotte's 666 blocks is making me mighty superstitious. And I do quite like voting for an underdog, and I think the stars have aligned with here. So Charlotte's blitzful ignorance is going to be my bet here. But I believe that's everything that needs to be said. May the best coach win. And once again, that's good luck from me.
And good Blood Bowl from him.